dear magical friends, welcome to your psychic tarot reading with me, Natalie, spelled Natalee. In this video, we're going to open up the collective energy of your download from your premeditation using remote viewing and the tarot. So make sure you are liking this video, you are subscribed to the channel, and that you have toggled the notification bell so that you are sure to always get all of your messages. Tuning into your energy in your premeditation session, I'm picking up the Cheshire Cat, the right questions, the right sequence of words, the right combinations of words, and that game. I think it's called Gibberish. I've only played it a couple of times with my sister, and on, I think, was it a Snapchat? Oh my god, I think it might have been like a Snapchat filter where it just, you say something that sounds like a phrase of words, but it's not, and then you have to, it's like you're saying it out loud, but you can't hear yourself saying it, but it's that phrase. That's what I got. Okay, the cards are still in the car. I don't take bit out very much. Short for Bitcoin. Bought my car with Bitcoin. I can't get into a whole currency digression, but Bitcoin forever. So the cards are still in the car. So this has been a really great synchronistic, adjustment. So we're doing the wild unknown animal spirit, very highly recommended, and then we're going to get more detail with Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas tarot. Then usually these cards are so very precious that I don't feel good like knocking on them, so I do that with my wand. Tell me about this message. What does this mean? What message am I here to deliver to the people of my YouTube channel? What do they want to know? There was this really wonderful English language commercial. I was a huge commercial film actor, and the scripts for the ads were just so shitty. And there's this one ad. It's a very famous German commercial where it's this guy, his first day of training, in some submarine big controller with a headset type of a looking place, and he's being shown all the things. He's like, okay, and then the guy showing him leaves, and he's like some kind of an operator. I'm terrible at describing this profession, I apologize. Some sort of a transmission receiver, message taker between maybe submarines or something. And so he gets a call coming in, and it's an English speaking person, and they're going, we're sinking, and the guy is looking around. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this already, but then he presses the button, he goes, what are you thinking about? And then that's the ad, is that it's like, learn English, or improve your English or something. So there could be something a little bit, I don't know, lost in translation, but this really feels like the Cheshire Cat part of this feels like the answer's right in front of you, and you just, like, if this is in a relationship, you just need the right string of words to get an answer, or to get clarity, or if this is creative, then it's like the right idea or the right thing that, the creativity, inspiration until the moment of creativity strikes, or just something that kind of comes together in the right way, but it feels very verbal. It feels very communicative. And you have the rabbit. Let's open this up. Oh, this is the book that's not organized clearly, so please, bear with me for a half a second. I had it. There we go. Okay, so you have it here. The rabbit. Afraid of everything, overwhelmed, frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it, so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, O rabbit, they shape your destiny. When you're in balance, you're sensitive, you're a problem solver, and you're a good listener. When you are out of balance, you over-explain and you talk fast. Ooh. To bring yourself back into, bring yourself back into balance, a day of silence. That sounds so humbling, a day of silence. Okay, so clearly we're on point here with the download, with like the words and the things coming together. So someone's clearly really stressed out. I'm telling you, I'm getting the gibberish thing, and it's like the answer is it's like you're saying it out loud. You're already saying it, but you don't know that you're saying it. So it feels like you already have the answer, or the right question, or the right the idea, or the overthinking. So okay, this feels like an over. So if this were me, I would write, because there's so much overwhelming that, you know, keeping it up there is just, I have to write it down. So if you were in the opposite energy of this, just for comparison, there'd be nothing there, there'd be empty. So then you would read, you would observe, you would take in, you would seek inspiration, you would fill yourself, fill your cup, fill your mind. This is like overflowing, mental overflow, but it needs to sort of just get cleaned out and to reset to zero. Okay, so listen, we have a lot of energetic imprints that get imprinted as we, okay, there's probably a lot of stains everywhere. So mental energetic imprints, they just imprint onto us. You know, we absorb negative energy, we move about our day, and it's like sludge. You know, it's like if you're on a road trip for a long time and you check in at the hotel at 3 a.m., you just want to take a hot shower and just get it all off, all the sludge. That's kind of what I'm getting for you, because you're not getting that the answer's right in front of you, or you're not getting that problem solving. You're overthinking the problem solving. Don't overthink it, is what I'm getting. I also saw, when I was reading that, I saw the social network, and with the TikTok with the TikTok Congress Chew stuff, how great would it be if he wrote a sequel to the social network and they brought Jesse Eisenberg back to do the TikTok one? How cool would that be? Okay. All right. Let's just do it. Let's do it too. Let's open this up. What else do we need to know about this rabbity energy? I just love that it was like it was saying that the way to put yourself back into balance is a day of silence. So I add to that, I'm telling you to like write this stuff out. So whether you have one notebook for everything, or whether you keep separate notebooks for separate things, you know, it's just unspool it. Okay, what else using the Nightmare Before Christmas? Seven of Potions. You want to be really careful with this energy. The first card out to start with the Seven of Cups is 𝚑𝚑𝚗𝚎. Okay? This is you fear spiraling, or this is all, it's like you're trying to, listen, you take care of everything that's within your power to take care of, and then you let it go. You let go of the rest and try to focus on giving yourself permission to be as happy as possible, as soon as possible, for as long as possible. After you are done taking all the actions, doing all of the things that's in your power to do. one of my best friends, she is a Capricorn, but she has a Virgo moon or ascendant, or she's a Sag moon or Sag ascendant, but those are her three. But the Virgo is so strong that she just looks for things to do. She just looks, and she's like the most competent, well prepared, put together. She's extremely, but she just, I'm like, I asked her, I said, how's all this, like, how's what, you know? And she goes, Natalia, I just look for things to do. Yes, she's German. She's like, she just, maybe it's a German thing. She just looks for things to do. No, it's a Virgo thing. She's just like looking for things. So do everything that you can do, but then let it go. Then let it go. Okay, someone, this is like, you've got it. You got it. You got it. You know you got it. Let it go. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's magic. Wheel of Fortune, 5, 6, 7, 8 of Needles, the 8 of Swords. Sally. Sally. Okay. It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So this is basically you, or with whom you are connecting, getting to reverse some negative effects, negative side effects of the self-sabotaging mental patterning that you had gotten into or that you have been into, and it allows you to sort of put yourself back together again. And you can, what I feel is going to be a very fast reversal of a deep fear. So it's like the boogeyman or something, but it's when you confront it, or when the event comes and goes and it happens, if it was an event or a time that you were afraid of, it's like, oh my God, 4 o'clock on a Thursday, when that time comes, I have to do the thing and I don't want to do it, but the time comes, you live beyond that moment, then it's in the past, then you can breathe a sigh of relief because it's over. You did live through it. It did happen. It's kind of like that. But it might not be exactly as I just explained it. It's some other fear. It's some other turn of the machination. Okay. Okay. Let's do one more position, then we'll start clarifying. Oh my God, it's only 13 minutes. I feel like I've been chatty. All right, 3 cards, and it's the 10 of Presents, the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Needles, the Ace of Swords, and the Devil. The Oogie Boogie Man. So I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like it. I like the Oogie Boogie, and it's very much that there's this very strong, listen, this is like a strong, robust victory. It feels like a big push, and you can feel all of this air moving, you can feel all this energy moving. So this is not, we win by 51%, or you know what I'm saying. This is like a landslide victory. This is something very absolute. Something turns in your favor, and it could have been something that you have been. God, the dialogue and the monologues in that film are just so great. Every once in a while I get into that mood and I just watch The Social Network like a couple of times, like back to back to back. So, but it's like you can get into some kind of self-imposed mental spin, and you lose your connection to the ground. So you don't know how high up in the air you are. You don't know where you are in relation to anything else. So it's something about this, I don't know, this week, this next 12 days, I don't know. I'm not the timing psychic. Whenever you're tuning into this, if you're tuning into this in 2049, I've been using that year a lot. Okay. So it's a slam dunk. It's something very robust and strong, maybe even has some kind of evidence or evidentiary proof or paperwork, or if it's litigious. Ooh, this is litigious. She's showing, if this is litigious, there's something in the verbiage, or there's a loophole in the law, or there's a time expiration, or there's something, but that's what it means, where it's like it's right there in the writing, in the agreement, or in the affidavit, like whatever you're looking at, like the answer's like right there, and you just have to see it though. So, but it takes seeing eyes to see. It's almost like, you know, these filters where maybe someone like from the Terminator, like, you know, there's like all these little ding 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 dings. It's like some of us see with these little yellow arrows in the bottom right hand corner, and others of us see white little bubbles over in this upper left hand corner, and you know, but we're all sort of seeing the same image, but there's these overlays on top. And of course, those overlays are things like unconscious bias and the subconscious projections and blah, 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 you know. So TLDR, long story short, looks fantastic. It looks like something you were super afraid of. Didn't turn out to be anything fear worthy at all. Ooh, it's gonna feel good. So this is like it's you conquer some kind of fear, or you conquer some kind of mental trap, mental quagmire, and it's like a big wrestle. So if anyone has done jujitsu or anything, I remember starting, I didn't want to do it, but I knew I had to round out, because by then I was already very advanced stand-up and weaponry, and I had to balance out my whatever with the jujitsu. So with the jujitsu, so I didn't want to, but I started it, and it was kind of cool. It was kind of fun. I got used to it, but it's really weird being like so like you have to close the distance between your, like, you want to be like, you know, just like that, and then so it's like a very strange experience. But anyway, this is like some kind of crazy jujitsu flip where you're in one position with one angle perspective of your vision, and your body's used to feeling a certain way, and then just like in a split second the whole room's a spinning, and your body's in a whole different contortment, and the view perspective is looking at a totally different view of the room and the people and your partner and everything, and you're just like really beyond discombobulated. So it's kind of like that, but for the positive. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands, we have Judgment, Sandy Claus, and the Ace of Potions, the Ace of Cups. Seven of Wands, Judgment, and the Ace of Potions. I'm proud of you. Bravo. Someone has definitely fought for their spot, you know, like really said, you know, F you, I belong here, or like, you know, I am in this family, or, you know, like whatever it happens to be. Like someone definitely went like and did some kind of like, you know, it's a big decision. If someone's making this decision, it's a big decision where you're like, Okay, well, you know what I'm saying. So, overwhelming positive, this may also even be where kind of like whatever happens, where if there's some kind of positive development or some kind of, whatever it is, it's like it could ground you in the knowing. It's like when you flip a coin. This is not a coin. This is some of my practice material for psychokinesis and telekinesis. But if it were a coin and we flipped it, and it would have to land on either the matte side, let's just say it's this paper matte side, or the foily side. If you don't know what decision like you want, you're like, oh, I want them both. What do I do? You flip a coin, flips in the air, and when it's up in the air, which side are you hoping for? That's how you know. Okay, so that's what I'm getting with this, where there could be some big revolutions, changing of the guards, just change, the moving homes, moving families, new family members, marriages, births, deaths, like new careers, jobs, big things. And when you're in those moments of these big shifts, paying attention to what you're sort of hoping for, what you're afraid of, and how you really feel about things. Like, wow, I feel really strongly about this, or I feel very disconnected from that. Like, I thought I should care more about this and I just don't. Trying hard to care and I don't. Whatever it happens to be, you know where you stand because of all these big other things like changing. So, okay, let's open up the Seven of Cups. I'm going to use the same deck because I can use it. Interesting. It's the King of Presents. It is Jack Skellington when he has lost himself a little bit. Thought it would be a great idea to take over someone else's holiday. This goes so perfect too, because he's like, thinking like it's a good idea. Oh, if he could just be, but that was his lesson. So this is a very practical person. This is someone that would never like let that happen. They would never, they would be afraid to slip into, delusion land. So they're very careful about that. I feel like this is a very solid, grounded person who, I feel like you should trust yourself. Like, if this is you're already very grounded. Don't, just trust yourself. Trust yourself to have a little imagination. Trust yourself to think a little bigger. Trust yourself to open your mind a little wider, because you're not going to lose yourself. This is a very grounded person. You're not gonna just be possessed of this idea that you just think it's gonna be so great to take over somebody else's holiday. Let's take a look at this little mental liberation. And she comes with a bang. It's the Tower. So adding even more drama to how this plot unfolds. So it is going to be a really huge shakeup. Okay. It's like crisis level energy disruption. So it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be scary. It's just a disruption, but it's crisis level disruption. So it's like, you get a new job, but you have to move tomorrow across the country or the world, something like, so it's that level of energy, like change. The wheel turns. It's for those big life changes, there has to be a lot of energetic momentum. That's what astrology helps with. So that's what you have here. A lot of momentum to change things. okay? But these changes are liberating you from subconscious programming. Let's move on. Let's take a look at the Devil, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Presents, the Ten of Pentacles. Thank you. The King of Candles, the Pumpkin King, the King of Candles, the Knight of Presents, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page. Whoa. Guys, I'm gonna be doing live streams. Follow me on TikTok if you want to see me live doing psychokinesis, telekinesis, because that's where I'm gonna do it. I thought about doing it on YouTube, but I think I'm just gonna keep that kind of stuff over on the TikTok. So I'll be doing TikTok lives, and we're gonna be doing live demos of psychokinesis, telekinesis. Okay, real quick story. So once I was a server at a German restaurant, and this was before I was like on YouTube. I have a whole thing about the money that comes in through these messages, like your money that you either donate or through the Patreon, that goes to support these messages. So it was after a year that I was doing that, generating income from these messages through doing this service, that I started my investing life. And so accruing assets and my screenwriting and my other labor, that income is more like Natalie income. I don't know. It's anyway, but I was a server. This was before I was on YouTube at a German bar, and I was picking up a plate from this guy's, from in front of him. And there was a butter knife. It was a butter knife. It wasn't a steak knife. Oh, was it a steak knife? I think it was a butter knife. Let's just say it was a butter knife. And I was picking it up, and I don't know what happened. I just spazzed out, and like I was as it was coming up to eye level, and it just like went like that, and he went like that. What were we doing here? Oh, we were clarifying. These are clarifying cards. The King of Candles, King of Wands, the Knight of Presents, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Candles, the Page of Bad Boy, Page of Wands. I love Bad Boy. Ooh, you're gonna love what you're doing. You're gonna love it. See, this is like you in your glory, you in full Pumpkin King form. Like Sally is trying to say, remember, you're the Pumpkin King. Yeah, you really don't have anything to worry about. You just gotta trust yourself. This is like, where's your groundedness? What does it say? A day of silence, but I'm gonna say to just stream of consciousness. We'll all, just spool it out. Empty. You need to empty your mind. Yeah, you're gonna love what you're doing. You're going to, this is a very strong victory, so be very proud of yourself for overcoming this, because it's scary. Going through ego deaths is terrifying. What I've learned is overcoming my feminine energy issues was healing. It felt very healing. But overcoming my masculine energy issues has been fucking terrifying. I mean, fear in my soul, terrifying. Working through my masculine energy issues, absolutely horrific. This Saturn in Pisces, all I want to do is disappear. And I am a Sun conjunct Neptune person. I love to just disappear and go away and then reappear. I'm back. But when I need to just disappear, be away, and when I'm ready to reappear, here I am. Okay, so I feel like this is you, but really coming to full form after you've won, after you've gotten the victory, after you're going through these big changes. But it's validating you, it's showing you that you were right all along. So it's a very important victory, and it's allowing you to just be in your flow, be creative, maybe have a little bit more control over your schedule, or to be able to, prioritize something consistently, whether that's shoring up your finances, or making more time for your creative pursuits, or anything that you like, anything that can relieve some of this tension. Part of it, there's dynamic tension enough for where your life is changing, so that's normal. Okay, the goal of all this isn't to never feel a negative emotion or feeling. That's not the goal. All paths of spirituality and religious teachings follow two ultimate paths. I keep meaning to make a TikTok about this. One is the path of enlightenment, and the best example is like the Buddha, where you basically achieve a state of enlightenment when you're flowing energy through and you got a nice buzz, like a full body buzz, and you're totally like transcendentally zen'd out. The other path, this is the path I'm on. If you are following along, if you are part of the Arteagan community on Patreon, if you are practicing all these spiritual exercises, you're on the path of self-mastery. Best example is Jesus Christ. So instead of getting that nice body high going and being very peaceful and calm and zen, you are using abilities, and you're going to become, Jackie the Christ, John the Christ, Natalie the Christ, Will the Christ. So it's, I just heard the cries of all these Roman Catholic people from my past going. So, it's yeah. Let's keep going. Any other guidance? Don't remember how I got into that tangent. Any other guidance? Thank you. Bottom of the deck, believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon energy. So you might get a second chance at something, or something that you think is a long shot. Slam dunk. But you might have believed in it. And that's the thing. Like when I became an investor, when I began my investing career, and I learned that I have a very high tolerance for risk. But I also learned that I learned that I love shopping for assets and investments. That's what I like to shop for. So, if something's impossible, if something's a long shot, if I can see the potential in it, if I can see the value in it, I don't care what other people say. I don't care what other people think. So, trust yourself. If you're like, this is impossible, just go for it. See what happens. Your popper is hold your vision. Hold your vision. So you're already there, but you just have to trust yourself. So that's exactly what this is saying, is hold the vision. Specifically, get that picture in your mind's eye very, very vivid. When you are visualizing, when you are using your imagination, you are activating energy structures and other dimensions. It's important, it's meaningful, okay? So hold your vision. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to tell you. That's pretty much it. April monthlies are coming out in the month of April. We are literally already in eclipse season when you guys are seeing this, Thursday, March the 30th. And there's a lot to talk about in April. I'm excited to talk to you guys about the eclipses and what you guys can expect. Okay, I love you guys. Take very good care. If you yourself would like to learn spiritual exercises such as remote viewing, telekinesis, it's really psychokinesis, astral travel, or lucid dreaming, or if you would simply like additional astrology and tarot readings just like this one for your sun, moon, and rising signs on a weekly and monthly basis, bookmark patreon.com/TheFirstArteagan. Do you guys remember when I had that intro where it was like doo-doo, and it was like a plane taking off, and it was like, this is your captain speaking, and I gave this whole cabin mess. I'm telling you guys that I've been on this like breakthrough streak, and like the way the creativity, the inspiration is coming to me is just jarring. It's this plane thing. It's the MH370 thing. It's just like, I'm a very sensitive. Psychics are sensitive. Creative people are sensitive. We're sensitive. That's like the whole point, so that we can feel things. We can sense energy structures in other dimensions that are overlaid on top of physical reality. Okay, we can feel all of that happening. So that's why I don't do like live. I don't go to really concerts, although I love to go to Rammstein concerts. That's like the concert I'll go to. I don't go to large gatherings of people, and I don't go to shows because of it. I'm just like really sensitive, and I can feel everyone like on stage. I can feel everyone around me in the crowd, like in the seats. I can just, it's a lot of emotion, and I'm like channeling it. So, but just as an example, what you just saw was one coming through, but another one, was it this past week or a week and a half? I was watching really great speaker, and they said something about finding the lone wolves or something, locating something with the lone wolves. And I immediately saw this whole, for my script, I saw this whole scene just in that one moment. It was just like in a half a second, it just like expanded, fully formed. Okay. Dear God. So if you want to learn to do, everyone can do this. Everyone can remote view, move shit with your mind, move your consciousness outside of your body, or lucid dream, control your own dreams. We can all do this. I can teach you. I can teach you how to practice. I can help you with your obstacles, and that's it. That's all it is. So if you can work through your own obstacles, if you can train and practice, you can absolutely do that, and talk to your guides, find your own way. This is a bit more of a bougie concierge spiritual service. So if you want to do a one-off session, 30 minutes, we can do that too. All of the links are in the description box below. And if you'd like to join the club where there's just tiered levels of committedness to this path of self-mastery, we will be very happy to welcome you. Until next time, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful eyes, darlings.